Hello, welcome back to the Potomac Curling Club. This is the 2024 Cherry Blossom Bonspiel. This is the 7 o'clock event on Saturday night. This is the qualifiers for the C event, I believe. So these are all C event teams. So they've done their pool play, and these are the C event teams. And this is the first round of the C event.
Yep, the quarterfinals
to try to pare it down. So out of our complex and totally unnecessary pool play system here at the Cherry Blossom Bonspiel. But so these are all C event games. So our highlight game today is going to be against the P-Town Kittens, which is a local team from Potomac, along with some folks from another club, and the Broomstones 1 team hosted by or skipped by Glaser. We'll also highlight the other teams that are on the other sheets, A, C, and D, throughout the event. The C game will be up on the right-hand side of the sheet, or right-hand side of the screen during the game, and that's going to be Schlanger Danger versus the Cherry Bomb.
Inside the Rowdies.
So, rock colors were assigned based on their finishing position, but they did flip for hammer, so it looks like P-Town Kittens has hammer in the first end, looks like Broomstones has hammer in the first end, so P-Town Kittens is throwing their first stone. Jamie Bellefontaine, who's the lead for that team, is starting out with his first stone here. And Kristy, his wife, is the skip. It's always interesting to have a husband and wife combination in an event.
It looks like they only got 3 at the moment.
So nice center line guard. Broomstone's going to come out, and she's being asked to come around it. This looks like a lot of weight, and it's probably going to crash on that guard. Ticked it over to an actual center line guard, and then rolls into the house on the edge there. Now that she's got a nice center line guard, Kristy's going to ask Jamie to come behind, sit top 4, set up the end for a steal.
Looks a little heavy.
And by heavy, you mean through.
Yep.
So as I said, my name is John Hale, and I'm joined by Dylan, who's operating today. And let us know if you have any questions online. We'll be happy to answer. You going to join us? Jamie just pointed out that they are playing 3.
Yep.
So that means Derek, who is their second, is not in the pipeline.
3.
So it's the 3-person team. I don't want to say 3-man team. That's a little sexist, but the 3-person team on the.
That's bold in the rat race.
So Jamie's second shot went through the back of the house. So once again, Kristy's asking for him to come in behind in the top 4, try to set up the steal. I don't think Broomstones wanted that second shot to be centerline guard. Usually when you have hammer, you don't want centerline guard.
That is true. That is usually the strategy.
So I'm joined by Stephen Enochson.
Hello.
On the mic there. So we've got a good
I still
trio
have
today.
to play in like 2 hours, so.
So you need to stay awake. That's what you're trying to say.
That's what I'm saying. I need to stay awake. I do need to keep my voice, but that's usually not a problem.
You're usually loud enough without any issues.
Yeah, no issues.
So Jamie's shot slid to the back of the 4 foot, and Glaser's asking him to He asked for a hack weight tap back, so just to kind of tap it out of the house. They're holding it. Looks like it's going to overcurl, though, and crash. A lot of teams getting caught by the curl. Oh, no,
it did not overcurl. That was perfect.
Yeah, that was very, very good sweeping because that was all over the guards. So they did hit it and flop in. But it is behind the tee line, which not really an ideal position. So Kristy's asking her vice to come in and sit down on top of it. Jacki Temple out of Pittsburgh.
Is the ice still just as keen as it's been all weekend?
Yeah. Speed-wise, looks really good.
It has been fast.
This looks like it's going to be really good. It might overcurl just a hair.
You know, that's okay, though. It's kind of peeking out, though.
Yeah, it peeks out the other side. That was the only byproduct. But this does make the this shot a little harder. If they're a little wide, bad things could happen. So once again, he asked for a hack weight hit, and he's very narrow on the broom. So this is definitely crashing on the guard now.
I don't know. Oh, yep. It took that turn.
Yeah. So hits the front guard that they probably didn't want. Slides over. Both of them slide over to the edges.
Oh, this is a golden opportunity for red.
One set up a nice corner guard, but so Kristy's just going to ask her to come in.
Golden opportunity.
What's Brian being a meanie for?
He was probably saying hi to me.
Oh.
We spent most of the afternoon wasting time trying to occupy ourselves between the 10:30 a.m. draw and his 7 p.m. draw and my 9:15 p.m. draw.
Yes. When did you know that you had a 9:15 p.m. draw?
At 10 at noon. Oh, that guard overcurled and is not going to guard anything.
Yeah. So as a three-man team, for those people who don't know, when you're playing three people in a game, the first two people throw 3 stones each.
Which can sometimes be a very good advantage because you're throwing 3 in a row and you can get used to it. And, the problem comes when you have to sweep many stones by yourself.
Yeah, so you're throwing 3 stones each, but you only have 1 sweeper on the stone, really. And then the skip throws their final 2 stones. So that was a nice hack weight come around hit there. Now Broomstones is sitting 2-3 with 2 firmly planted in the 4-foot. So
this looks like a nice low weight.
Yeah, it looks like Kristy's asking for about. They haven't set a weight. Or she did.
It looked like she was indicating
control. Okay.
It's a lot of ice for control.
It has been really swingy.
Definitely doesn't look quite control-ish.
And it's not. It did not get out to the broom. So this is going to crash on the guard here. Does open up the front end a little bit more. Glaser's going to ask for another one to come down in the full 8-foot.
Plenty of line on this draw. They're not touching it either. That looks like it's going to come up nice and perfect.
That's Barry Bass? That's not our Barry Bass.
That's
is it?
our Barry Bass.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I believe many moons ago he curled with Glaser and crew. So they stole him back for this spiel.
I didn't even know Barry was still curling.
He is. He signed up for second half because he got asked to play here.
Okay.
So he's, I think he's playing with, I don't know, maybe he's just sparing most days, but.
I think he's on one of the men's league teams on Monday.
Is he on a men's league team too?
I think so. I see him all the time on Mondays.
I see him on Wednesdays too. So.
All right, so Kristy's in the hack for her first of her skip stones.
Kind of a do-or-die draw here.
Yeah, this is looking pretty hairy now for Pete Down Kittens. So,
would you ever throw the run back, John?
Glaser sitting 3. I mean, me personally, I would throw the run back.
Yeah,
that's
I would call the run back. You probably can get rid of 2 of those yellows, and your red is going to be hopefully still sticking around. But
this is a lot of weight.
If you're more comfortable with a draw, throw a draw.
This is not a draw.
Well, that is correct. We'll make contact and get
spill.
one of them out.
Yeah. So hit the stone that was in the top of the 4-foot, spilled. Still leaves Glaser sitting 3. So they're agreeing to shoot top 12. And if they're a little deep, they slide down on the one on the button. So
it'll block off the draw path for Kristy, too.
Glaser with his first of his skip stones here on the feature sheet. Just being asked to throw to the top 12.
Wow, that really does snap, doesn't it?
Yeah. They weren't sweeping it at all, but they did get a wick, which actually ends up helping them a lot. So
there's a port, though.
Pretty narrow.
Hear him a little better if I turn it up.
Yeah, when Steven's out there, we have to mute him. Yeah,
don't leave it muted when I'm not out there. I mean, my watch complains that I'm in a loud environment.
Yes.
And careful.
When Steven's out on the ice.
Extended exposure to a loud environment can be damaging to your hearing.
When Steven's out on the ice, we mute the ice shed altogether, and you can just hear him through our mics here in the warm room. So,
I guess we probably should be careful because Courtney Flick is almost as loud as Steven is.
We're webcasting, Kevin. Thanks for trying to sell us tickets. All right, so the decision's been made. They're going to try to come through this port.
See? Port. I mean, it's a difficult shot.
Yes.
But you're kind of in a do-or-die situation here.
The problem is, even if you hit, I think you spill.
I don't know. I think with the way it's curling, I think it'll hit that top yellow one. Yeah, you can almost get to nose probably. And if you don't, he'll curl and roll just behind the yellow corner guard. And we'll see what happens.
They call sweep out of her hand, and she's already wrecking on the guard, I think.
Well, maybe it's just a run back. I've had some shenanigans happen. Oh, almost. Needed to curl like another inch, and the run back would have been made.
All right, so Glaser's sitting 3. final stone here on sheet B, and they're just going to draw for their 4.
He's basically got to stand on sheet C for the amount of curl here.
Well, he can tap his front yellow one in there.
He can, which is what might actually end up happening because of the curl here. But yeah, no danger here. Draw to score 4.
Yeah.
Which is a good way to start a game, I'd say.
This looks really light out of his hand. Okay, sweepers are on it now. I do not
Narrow,
believe this
too.
is not going to get to the house.
That's probably like a 2-guard.
And now the skip gets into sweep,
Just coming into frame.
and it
Nope.
basically it was kind of top 12 weight.
It would have made the house,
Yeah.
but he was either narrow or just didn't have enough ice.
So that's going to be 3 for Glaser. Still a good first end. It's always nice when you
Hammer efficiency of 100% right now.
Yes, yes. It's always nice to hang a crooked end. And the vice hangs it right away with authority. That's how you know you did well.
I don't know. That number 1 is a little crooked on its little head there. I don't think you can call that not a crooked number.
All right. They have not hung the score on C. Although yellow is throwing, so Dave got 3 on C. All right, so a lot of big scores here in the first end. So over on sheet A, double tap got a deuce against Kuma Inner Tora, the college kids.
Yes, and
And,
apparently they played this team in the first round.
Yeah. And then, of course, our feature sheet, Broomstones, Glaser against P-Town Kittens. Glaser scored a 3. On sheet C,
Schlanger Danger versus Cherry
scored
Bomb.
a 3 against Cherry Bomb, which is
Potomac
little
action.
Potomac action, yeah. And then over on sheet D, should we have a Johnson, scored 3 against the elder Mike Dunnam.
Daddy Dunnam.
Yeah. For those people who wanted a really good game, there was a little Dunnam on Dunnam action earlier today.
Yeah, they were 2 sheets away from us.
Yeah. So I believe Scott laid the wood to his father. So it looked 7. I think the score was 7-3 at the end there. It was pretty. So Scott Dunnam, who for those of you who don't know, Scott Dunnam curled out of Philadelphia along with his younger brother Andy Dunnam. And Andy Dunnam now curls out of our club. And of course, Scott and Andy play at the national level. And Mike, their father, who curls out of Philadelphia, is just as good and taught them everything he knows.
Yep.
So
I'm really glad I don't have to play at Dunnam tonight.
Yeah, exactly. So they're always very good curlers. I had the pleasure of playing Mike Dunnam 2 weeks ago in the Stone in Philadelphia.
Ah, the PCC Stone.
in
Classic
Plainfield,
Bonspiel. I've only been there once.
All right, so
You hear the clapping in the background.
Yeah,
They were doing the raffle prizes.
doing raffle prizes.
It's a very exciting time.
Yes.
But Glaser is
Dinner tonight was sushi.
Sushi and
yeah.
Korean.
Japanese barbecue.
Japanese barbecue,
Yeah.
not Korean.
All right. So back on our feature sheet, we're well under the way of N2 here. P-Town Kittens has a hammer this end, so they put up what was supposed to be a corner guard slid in, and now Glaser blocked off that side of the sheet, and then their second stone came in and went deep. So Glaser's asking for another stone, top 12, really on the center line, maybe a 3-guard. It's going to slide in. This is going to be like top 4.
That was a very lazy handle.
And it went sideways. But it's also hiding behind that corner guard, and, you know.
Does give Kristy a pocket if she wants to hide in that little pocket right there. It'd be difficult to get out.
Yeah, I think that rock made one whole rotation the entire way down the ice.
Yeah, it's going to end up going sideways if you do that.
So for those people who, we touched up our stones about 8 weeks ago.
It seems like it.
About 8 weeks ago.
5 or 6.
We touched
it was right before Childs.
Yeah, we touched up our stones, and we get a lot of curl now. The byproduct is if you do not put enough handle on the stones, the curl just becomes completely uncontrollable.
Oh no!
So when we touched up our stones, it really started to show poor habits of curlers. So I learned to put a lot more rotation on my stones. So Jamie's last shot there of the second end, he flashed on his hit, so Glaser's just going to come in, put another stone in the top of the house. Just trying to choke off the scoring area.
And accomplishing that nicely.
So Kristy at this point needs to start cleaning some stuff up. I think she's trying to get rid of a guard.
I think she's trying to run her own in.
But that's not enough ice to run that in.
Unless you can throw big weight. So maybe it's just a peel of the yellow guard. Yeah, it's a peel of the yellow guard. Jamie is sweeping furiously. All right, well, did something.
Jamie looking dismayed, having to sweep by himself. Kristy looks happy, dancing. Gerry Bass here with his first of his Vices stones. Now if they have a center line guard, they really want to come around. Probably sit top 4 would be the ideal.
Well, the weight's pretty good.
Going to slide to the back of the 4.
Still okay, though. I mean, it's a rock that Kristy has to deal with. So.
Does give her an opportunity to come through that port, hit it, and sit down.
Or you could just do the draw. Got to make the draw, though. When the yellow stones are piling up, you kind of want to have a different color in there at some point.
Glaser's putting the pressure on. I wish we had a mobile mic, maybe a roving reporter.
Oh my goodness!
Go out on the sheet and actually ask.
That would be
question.
hilarious. I mean, we used to mic up the teams.
Yes, we did, and there was some trouble with that. So,
did I break too many of them?
No. Skips forget that they were team mic'd up, and they would say things that were
bad words.
Yes,
not family friendly.
Yes, not family friendly entertainment.
Yes, this stream is meant to be very family-friendly, so we attempt to restrain ourselves.
But what's funny is, you watch, curling on TSN or curling at other. They drop the F-bomb.
Oh, all the time.
All the time.
All the time. I believe Barry's going to try and draw another one in here. Looks quite wide.
I think they're trying to get around that red, but they're going to, if they don't, they're going to get around. But it's going to be deep. That's the only issue. They had to sweep it to get it by, and it's going to end up being deep because of that. So,
but that's 4 mustards in the rings. Oh, it might be 5th shot. I think that front red might be 4th.
All right. Kristy's asking for the tap back. Her front end wants to do a run back. At this point, the run back is not going to get you anything.
I would draw through the port.
Okay, she's asking for control run back. She wants to run that front yellow one back into the back yellow one and split them out.
Yeah, the only problem with this is you're running your opponent's rocks in. And if you hit it skinny, you might end up just putting another yellow one in the rings.
This is over curling. Jamie said it was controlled down.
Well, not an ideal result.
I think that was barely hack.
It was pretty down.
Jamie seems to be drinking a lot of water.
Well, he is sweeping his bum off.
Or did he have too much to drink?
Well, you know,
probably a little
it is
of both.
A Bonspiel. And when you're in the rat race in a Bonspiel, you might have indulged in a few bar beverages.
So if I'm Glaser at this point, he's sitting pretty. So you got a couple choices. You either try to draw another one in or start to block off the right-hand side of the sheet.
I think he's going to try and block off that hole on the right.
Yeah, because she seems very keen on pushing that redstone in.
Yep. The call is to block off that port on the right side.
But when you're the skip throwing guards, you know it's been a good
Skips throwing
end.
guards. I did a lot of that this morning. Skips throwing guards.
Yeah, you. I watched your game earlier today. It was steal.
It was very steal heavy. I was fortunate enough that Joe, my lead, basically threw 2 perfect stones pretty much every end. And we just kept the pedal to the metal and had the pressure on. And when you have one on the center line with our no tick rule, and you have one, top house behind it, you kind of put your opponent on their back heels, and we were fortunate enough to just continue that through the entire game.
How do you feel about the no tick rule? The reason why I ask is because I traveled around to a lot of Bondsfields this year, and we are one of the few clubs
that's
adopted it. Yeah.
Well, so at the pro level, they're so good at it. They will tick corner guards to the edge of the sheet and not make them go out. So having the ability to have a guard in the center that can't be moved if you actually touch the center line, I think makes it a lot more competitive at the pro level, and I think there's a lot more rocks in play, which makes for more exciting ends.
Okay, so now let's translate that to the Cherry Blossom Bonspiel.
The Cherry Blossom Bonspiel for the amateurs and all of us, the percentage of leads being able to actually hit that center line is quite low at the amateur level. Oh, Brian is looking at me. He's Brian.
He thinks we're talking about him.
No, he's saying something about being slow. But anyway, at the amateur level, the center guards on the actual center line is a low percentage, and on dedicated curling ice, not pristine championship level ice, making a actual tick shot is very, very difficult. It's more unpredictable at this level with both the thrower and the ice, that actually being able to make a tick shot is very hard.
So the benefit of having the tick rule at our level is really nil.
I don't think you're gaining anything. It's more it's always going to be an accidental tick. They're not calling a tick shot very often. I mean, we see it a lot on Monday where you'll put up a center guard and the opponent will try and draw under and they're narrow and then they tick the center one. And I mean, we in my first game, we had a center guard and they ticked it, but it ended up with another center guard, so I just left it there. I think it's a good rule for the pros, but I think at our level it really doesn't matter.
All right, so Kristy's first shot, she was asking to come down through the port with a control weight hit on the front Yellowstone and roll over onto the button, and it overcurled a little bit, crashed on the guard, ended up rolling completely out. So pro side is right side of the sheet's wide open now.
Well, I think she's still going to have to run her red in. I don't think she can draw.
The downside is there are 0 reds in the house.
There's 0 reds in the house. This is going to be a pressure shot for her when you see 5 of your opponent's stones in the rings.
So,
or 4.
So it depends on what Glaser does here, whether he puts up another guard or comes in top 12. The pressure is really on here on Kristy. So. This is going to be a guard. It's over curling. Oh, but they got a nice roll off.
That was a wonderful wick.
Nice
little
roll
shenanigans
off, yeah.
wick. Did you see my shenanigans shot on Thursday?
No, I did not.
Oh, it was pretty shenanigans.
All right, so final shot here for Kristy, shooting against 4. She just needs to get to full 4 foot. She's thinking about drawing in.
Straight draw, or is she going to try and tap?
Not enough ice. There you go. Okay, I like that ice a little better.
I really would like to just play for the tap. Because you could throw a little bit more weight. It's not going to curl as much. And if you tap it to the left, you have a lot of yellow catchers.
Well, but she's looking for a straight draw.
Which is
so kind of need to be
full 4.
Half on the 4.
Full 4 will get it.
Yeah.
Which is a
it's there. It's possible.
Fairly large area to hit. And with the amount of curl we're getting, it's definitely going to have no problem getting back to the 4 foot.
Jamie says tee up out of her hand. Can we hit a guard? That's usually not
never
what
a
you
question you want to hear. Well, she got by, but it's a little too much weight. Cuts him down, though. Cuts him down to 3. So if you want to look at the positive side, it's 3, not 4. The downside, though, is they are now down 6-0 after 2. And that is going to be a large deficit to overcome.
All right. So, you are updated all scores? Dylan's doing yeoman's work as we're chatting. All right, so over on sheet A, double tap is now up. They stole 1 in the second, so they're up 3-0. On our feature sheet, Broomstones is up 6-0 after stealing 3 in the second. Over on sheet 2, they have not hung the second yet.
I think Red scored, though.
But Red threw the first stone.
Cherry
so
Bomb scored
something. And then over on sheet D, should we have a Johnson on our team? Stole 2 in the second to make it 5-0. Cherry Bomb scored 1, by the way, because when I looked over here before, they were all yellows in the house.
Oh,
so
well.
if Red scored, they scored.
There's probably only 1.
Yeah, there we go. They just hung it. So
1. That's a force.
Yes. All right. Back on our feature sheet, Glaser's first stone comes in top of the house. He's trying to dangle it out there and see if they want to chase after it.
I assume this is a call for a corner guard?
Yeah. Kristy's going to ignore it, being the good skip that she is. Put up her corner guard. Try to produce her deuce here. Start her way of clawing back into this game.
You really want to just concentrate on the deuce. Don't try and get them all back at once.
Get your deuce.
Very early.
Force. Get your deuce.
Maybe steal.
Force. Maybe steal in there. That's how you get back in the game.
Let me tell you, they never give up. 2 weeks ago on Monday, gave up 5 in the first end. Came back and won 9-8. Because I took a 5er later on. You just keep going.
I was at a Bonspiel probably 2 years ago, and I gave up a 6.
It hurts
in the first or second end, and I came unglued.
Oh.
And my vice, I was skipping, and my vice had to peel me off the ceiling.
Oh no! Oh no!
But we fought back, and we ended up going to an extra end.
Wow! Well done.
We lost in the extra end, but
you fought back and had the extra end.
Back,
I mean, that's a good win for the old heart.
And I will say that was because my vice
you up.
Got my head back in the game because I came unglued. And mainly because in order to let the other team score 6, you had to miss a lot of shots.
You had to miss a lot of shots.
All right. So, Jamie put up a nice corner guard. But like a lot of skips, they're going to ignore it. And go.
How do you feel about that shot?
And go right into the center of the house there.
I don't like when they just ignore the corner guard. You put it up there for a reason, and then you immediately change tactics and ignore it. Although this worked out quite nicely, and he went right behind those centers. Just slide to the back 4.
It is behind the T line, but
workable. Something.
But hidden very nicely. So he's going to call a freeze down on top of it. Their second is Nick Glaser. I would assume the son of the skip.
Possibly.
I assume it's the son of the skip and the lead, because their lead is also a Glaser.
Oh, yeah, look at that. So the call was to freeze down. He ended up hitting on the guard, pushing the stone that was in the top 12 back to the top 4, which is in a really good spot. I mean, when you're trying to steal having a stone at top 4, that's
with 2 guards in front of it.
That's
good.
perfect.
Pretty good. They are very close guards, so run back ability to kind of knock it out of there is there.
And it is kind of loaded. You know, they're offset just a little bit. I think it would Jamie jam, honestly. All right, so Kristy asked Jamie with his last stone to come around and freeze down on top of their red stone.
And he has come out to sweep his own stone.
Showing his doubles prowess. Come up light, it's gonna be a guard.
Oh my.
Apparently a drinking game from teams that are lauded, I guess. I don't know.
Possibly. Things can get rowdy on a Saturday night.
All right, Nick Glaser for his stone being asked to draw in. It's going to be another guard. They're going to wiki-wick. And just like that, they are shot behind cover.
Behind a lot of cover.
All right. Jacki Temple from Pittsburgh. Going to be asked to just blow something up. this point, with Ice Stones, you need to throw a lot of weight.
Move
just
some
blow
granite.
it up. Open up the front end. The stone curled out of her hand. And
It's going to go by everything.
flash. Once again, all right, it's very unforgiving. You have a bad habit, you will pay the price. And that was not a. Evidently, I didn't see exactly what she did, but it was evidently not a clean delivery.
Yes. If you start a rock going, it's going to go.
So, sitting 2, well, one counter, one in the top of the 8-foot there. I think Glaser just asking Barry Bass to throw another guard up. Front end is sweeping it hard.
Oh, it's going to get by and go right in.
Oh, no, it wicked.
Well, it chokes off that draw path.
Yep. Still a good shot. Once again, another yellow in the house.
Kristy's only option really is to draw around the other side. Or blow stuff.
She's got 4 stones left. I would
blow stuff
I
up
would
again.
blow something up. I would throw normal up, heel weight maybe.
You got to get something out of there.
Just move some stones around.
Oh, we got a broom shooter happening.
Oh. They have to yell it though. Do they know what they have to yell? Oh, there we go.
Yep, they got it.
It wasn't very loud.
They got the chant.
It wasn't very loud though.
They did it though.
All right.
We got another hit coming down.
This is definitely going to hit something.
I don't know what though.
Doesn't really matter.
Oh.
It's okay. It opens up a little bit. 1 stone at a time, although it did push it into the house. But,
but it did open up a port.
yeah.
The yellow shot stone is accessible. And Glaser is going to...
He's asking Barry to draw into that port? Is he asking him to draw into the 4-foot?
Either that, I think if it...
Yeah, no, he's tapping button.
I think if it ends up high and just blocks that hole, he'll be happy. I think anywhere on that path will be just a fine result.
Hung out there for a little while. It's gonna come.
Well, it makes the hole smaller.
Didn't completely choke it off, but made it pretty doggone hard.
It's there with bullet weight.
You'd have to throw a bullet, yeah. So I learned watching the Briar this year, I learned a new weight call.
Oh.
So you know, control typically a 10, right? Normal's typically a 9.
Yeah.
Firm, typically an 8.
Yeah.
Peel, 7.
Yeah.
Brad Jacobs used the word smoke
Smoke weight.
to describe a 6-second takeout.
Wow. Was Brad throwing that?
No, he was asking Reed to throw that.
Oh
Reed
boy.
Carruthers.
And Reed probably did it with no problem, without even blinking an eye.
Yeah, I think I was more blown away
Can
by
I have smoke weight?
Yeah, he goes, he puts the broom down, he goes, I don't mind smoke here. It was just like, what?
Was Reed confused by this call?
No, Reed knew exactly what he wanted. All right. So Jacki comes down with her second shot. She hits her yellow, flops over.
I don't think the port is any bigger.
The port is still pretty small, although red is now sitting 1 and 5.
2 and 5.
Oh, 2 and 5. You're right. I'm sorry.
But Glaser just wants to close off that hole.
Yeah.
High guard is just fine.
Yep.
When you're up 6-0 and setting shot, you can probably just throw a guard and be happy with it.
Jamie is drinking more water.
Just got a lot of sweeping. You should probably get a bigger cup.
He's going to go back and watch this video, and he's going to be like, why are these guys fascinated with how much water I'm drinking?
I sort of just want to bring them out a big solo cup.
Here at the Potomac Curling Club, we are really concerned about your hydration.
I mean, we do have 4 jugs of water on the ice at all times, and they are pretty much always full. And we also have a big old iced jug of water on the bar.
So Glaser's shot here was supposed to be guard the hole. It was a little wide, but he pushed it over just a hair.
To make the hole even smaller.
The port is smaller. It is still there with bullet weight, but I don't know if Kristy can throw it that high and that accurate. So now she's looking at coming around the far left side.
She
of
can
the
still
sheet.
get the skip's deuce if she puts 2 in the forefoot.
Yeah, she can put it there.
And really, she could still pull out 3 in this end, because if she puts one top 4 and has it peeking out a little bit, she can probably run that back into the yellow one.
Can we highlight the other end of the sheet on B? Notice Jamie sitting on the boards, checking his phone.
Wow, he is invested in this game.
While the game is going on. Okay, go ahead.
Maybe he's trying to see what we're saying about him.
Thank you, Dylan.
Maybe he has an important engagement after this.
Yeah, maybe.
This is when you knock on the window right behind him and see if you can freak him out.
Yeah, we'll see if he stands up to sweep now. Oh, he did. He's ready.
So Bob said he was looking at Instagram.
Instagram.
It was Instagram post by florists about flower arrangements.
Well, you know.
I don't know. Oh, whatever.
Maybe I can get him to come on and commentate for the next draw. And I can give him a little crap for it.
Well, so now I don't know what this call
I
is.
do not know what this call is.
Oh, yeah.
This is the wrong side of the sheet to be throwing a draw.
And since Jamie was so invested in the shot, I'm sure he's keenly aware of what they want to do also.
Looks like she's calling the guard of the Yellowstones. I don't know what the strategy there is. I guess prevent the run back of a yellow on red?
Down 6-0?
Yeah, that seems odd.
Yeah, it seems odd.
I mean, you got to score points. Guards aren't going to get you points. And you're not sitting shot. Back to the water for Jamie.
See, what would have been funnier is if Jamie was over here looking up divorce lawyers. That would have been even more funny.
Oh, Jamie tossed his cup. Maybe he's done with water for a while.
All right, so Glaser's last shot, just a guard. It's going to come in. He's going to actually tap one of these yellows back. Don't know if it's going to end up. Yeah. Okay, so just more clutter. Force Kristy. Kristy's only shot really is the draw on the left side of the sheet. Oh. It was a baby video with a cat.
Oh, babies and cats.
Yeah.
He's trying to inspire himself. He needs a little laugh.
All right, Kristy's last shot here is the right shot in my eyes, which is the draw.
It's the only shot.
Left side of the sheet, draw to the 4 foot. You have a little bit of backing if you're a little heavy. You just can't spill out to the left side. You have to either be nose or spill in. Take your 1 here. Jamie said it was a little light. And it is curling hard. And it's crashing. So that's going to be a steal of 1 for yellow. Get them up 7-0 after 3 ends. Sheet C, red is throwing first, though they stole 1. All right, so after the end of 3 ends for all 4 sheets, over on sheet A, we have a tie game now. Double tap and Kuma in a tora. On our feature game, Broomstones Glaser is up 7-0 over the P-Town Kittens. Over on sheet C, Cherry Bomb stole 1 in the second to make the game 3-2 in the favor of Schlanger Danger. And over on sheet D, Mike Dunnam scored 2 in the third to bring the score to 5-2. These games are loud. These games
These
tonight,
are
these
loud games.
So.
I think Dylan just turned us down.
No, he turned down the ice shed.
Oh.
We don't want to hurt our audience's ears.
All right, so Glaser's first stone into the top 12 where he wanted it. Kristy's asking Jamie to hit it, but it's over curling. Probably gonna, they might get a piece. I got a piece, okay. So hitting spills. If you're down, seven to nothing.
It's not a good position.
Yeah. You need to build an in here. Build your guards. Build in. Once again, not insurmountable, but you have to build your in.
Very hard, though. Especially when you don't have a guard yet. You need 2 good guards. You need some stones behind those guards. And you need them to be your own color. Oh, there's a button shot.
Need to ignore it.
It's so hard to ignore the other color. But you have to. It's just the way it is.
Jamie looked a little unsteady there. Oh, and he turned it in.
Oh, he's going to hit it, though. Oh, he rolls to the wing. Not bad. Strategy-wise, not good. Execution-wise, good. Maybe they're going for the... was it the the moral victory of the 1 point and then a shake?
Possibly.
It is really hard playing with only 3 people, though. At this stage of the Bonspiel, people are tired, and it just gets hard.
Nick Glaser with a nice hit and roll in. Yeah, I think Kristy is decided this may be it. So Jamie asked for a bit more ice and then pinched it in.
He pinched it again.
So,
but he slid more steady.
Yeah,
he's gonna nose it.
He's gonna get a nose. He's gonna roll a little bit.
Another roll to the wing.
Yeah.
2 nice hits. But Glaser's just going to hit right back.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, he's going from center line out. And I will tell you as a skip, I hate this call. Right? I would much rather go from the outside in.
Our ice, typically, if you are on the wrong side of the center line, it's just not going to go over, like this one did. And not being from Potomac, he probably doesn't quite know that we usually end up having a little hump on the center line. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. Usually,
honestly, I think every curling club I've ever been at has
that hump?
A little bit of rise on the center line.
Yeah. But it's much less predictable, and it does curl quite a bit from center out. We get a little infiltration from seat C. Crisis averted. All right, this is a draw in, probably to sit 2.
Yep, split the house. Jamie called T.
Don't be a liar, Jamie. Make it T.
He's sweeping. I think the weight looks pretty good.
Does look pretty good. It's going to end up quite nice. Nice separation. This is setting up to be a
there you go.
Textbook deuce if they do it correctly. Basically, from here on out, it's hit, 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 hit.
Yep.
And red takes 2. And again, he's got the center out call. We'll see what side of the center line he releases it on. On the center line. So normally they'll run that center line quite a bit, but this one looks like it's going nicely. He's going to get it.
I would much rather come from the outside in.
I do typically prefer the outside in. It's much more easy to control, much more predictable, goes much straighter. You can hold it. I think once it goes from center out, it just kind of goes.
Yeah, you're kind of at the mercy of the pebble. It seems
but
like
Kristy's going to do the same thing. Center out.
A nice double here on sheet C.
Rocks are flying everywhere on sheet C. All right, Jacki coming out with a hit.
Need to sweep that for straight.
Oh, looks pretty good. It's got to come over a little bit more. He's got to sweep for curl.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
hope it doesn't roll out.
That one did not curl like any of her other stones.
It did not. That's surprising.
So hit and roll out, that was a mistake. And then now Glaser's just going to take off the one on the side.
Make the red go away.
So P-Town Kittens capitalizes on a mistake made by Glaser and the fact that they flashed a hit. End up with 2 reds in the house. And now Glaser's going to capitalize
right back
on a mistake that P-Town Kittens made by their hit and roll out. Okay, so Kristy's calling for a corner freeze on the Yellowstone here. It's a good 8 feet of ice.
It's a lot of ice.
Jamie did not put a broom to it. Ends up sliding to the back of the floor, but it is wide open, so Glaser's just going to take this off. Hit and stick, hopefully, or hit and roll out. So he's asked him to hit and roll to the far side, still stay in the house though. This is down weight. Sweepers are on it hard.
Is going to get it, though.
He's going to curl and roll over just a little bit. Pretty good outcome.
Got a measure happening on sheet D. And they had the cardinal sin of putting their broom down on the ice.
Yeah.
I've seen disasters from this. Definitely one thing we should teach people before they learn how to measure is never, ever, ever, ever put your broom down on the ice.
So what happens when you put your broom down on the ice, somebody's not realizing that it's there, they step on it. And when they step on your broom, it's like stepping on a slider.
And then those rocks are going to move.
It literally shoots out from underneath you as you come tumbling down. And you are, and you probably are going to kick stones.
Yeah, you're either going to fall on a stone.
All right, so Kristy coming down. This is just a hit and roll in.
Looks pretty good. That's real good. Nice double. That's a double and a button. Does she get both bags? And the button bag.
Yeah. Or as we used to like to say, box.
Box.
Oh, there it goes. The button bag's moving.
Well, I think they need the button bag, too. Where's the button bag?
The button bag, they just moved it. They just moved it over here.
Well, that's the double bag. There's 2 bags.
Oh, yeah.
They got them both because they're sitting on the button.
Yeah, they moved the double bag.
Well, maybe they thought button bag was just draw to the button. I feel like that's deserved of button and.
All right. Glaser is his last shot. He's just going to come down and hit it. So, Kristy has one last shot here in the fourth end. Hit and stick for her one, or hit and roll out for the blank.
I mean, blank is usually a good outcome with hammer, but when you're down 7-0, making an end go away without scoring any points is one less end you get to score points.
Well, I just realized Cherry Bombs. It's Catherine's Thursday night league game. That's her team.
Oh.
Her, Chris. Yeah.
Well, that's fun.
Jeremy and Rob Young. All right, so Kristy coming out here with her last shot. She appears to have flashed this hit.
That is
So it will be a steal of another
unfortunate.
in yellow in the fourth end.
Oh, and she is going down to the other end.
So the score would now be 8-0 in favor of Broomstones Glaser. Huh? You want to switch?
No. Oh, games.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can switch games.
Okay. So we're gonna make a command decision here. Sheet B seems to be kind of
a little bit of a runaway.
Kind of a one-sided game. So we're gonna switch over to sheet C. I'm gonna highlight sheet C on the stream here. So this is Schlanger Danger against Cherry Bomb. These are both Potomac teams. So Dave Schlanger is the skip of the Schlanger Danger team, and Catherine Coslick is the skip of the Cherry Bomb team. This is a pretty close game, so it's 3-2 here. Right now, Dave is sitting 2 in the house, but only 1 is shot. So Redstone is his second shot here. They're just going to come down and
throw a nice little hit to sit 3.
Yeah. Hit and sit. Okay.
That's pretty good.
They take out that stone. They're sitting 3 now. So with Catherine, with her shot here, which is I think her last shot.
That is correct.
Yeah. So this is her last shot. She's going to draw into the 4-foot.
I think she's throwing the hit and roll.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think that was the indicated call.
Okay. Well, she is very aggressive. I will say, playing against her, she's a very aggressive skip. She does like to hit.
And the good part about a hit and roll here is you're removing one of the yellow stones. Even if you don't roll perfect, you should probably have another rock that David has to deal with. Jeremy's on it
hard to keep it straight.
Looks pretty good. Did they overcook it and not get enough roll?
Yep.
Well, they got rid of it though, so that was objective number 1.
So
prevents the 4.
Forces Dave to throw a hit and stick for 3.
There is a jam possibility.
Could roll out.
Lots of things can happen, but if he throws this correctly, it should be a nice little nose hit for 3. And let's see what happens.
So this is not Schlanger Danger's normal team. Normally Parker over on sheet A plays with him.
On Wednesdays.
He throws fourth and his front end.
Oh, they got to curl it. Oh, this is that jam. The rollout.
Rollout.
Okay.
So
still 2 though.
Yeah, leaves him to 2.
Deuce with the skip with the hammer. That's a win.
Yeah. That is a hammer percentage of
100%. And
not really because they let
us steal. They did let us steal. Yep. So quick math.
That'd be a hammer percentage of 0.
Yeah. So they're batting 666 right now for a hammer percentage.
All right. So after we're not all done on every sheet, are we? Nope. Still wrapping up on all the sheets. So.
No, all the sheets are done with 4.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah.
So
There's a big score on A.
the score recap on A. Kuma took 4 in the 4th to make it 7-3. Once again on our feature sheet, that was sheet B. Broomstones stole 1 in the 4th to make it 8-0. Over on sheet C, Schlanger took 2 and to make it 5-2. And over on sheet D, Yellow took 1 in the 4th to make it 6-2. So, all right. So back over on sheet C, leads are throwing their stones. This is Robb Young. He's a very inexperienced curler.
I thought he'd been
I
playing.
say that as a joke.
Wait,
I say that as a
what?
joke. No. I played with Robb on Wednesday, so he's a very good curler.
He's an import from.
Yeah, he moved here from Plainfield last year, so
he plays a lot.
yeah.
Oh, that's a nice little corner guard. Very tight.
Courtney asking, is that on? Because obviously she would want to hit it if it was.
It is not on, and
so-
they will draw around.
So Naomi's being asked to draw around here. Brian starts sweeping out of her hand, and Courtney says, I like it. So
That's a difference of opinions there. Well, this is going to end up real nice.
yep, so it ends up perfectly buried. It was actually a very nice shot.
It is back button, though, so it is freezable.
So Robb is being asked to draw behind his corner guard.
Hey,
Because,
using
you
the
know,
corner guard.
Why would you put a corner guard up if you're not going to use
That's
it?
what I always say. Catherine is doing the prudent thing of ignoring all that center stuff. And she's going to get her end set up the way she wants it and then deal with the Yellowstones after the fact. So that's peeking out.
Yeah.
It is visible, but Dave's going to go after it.
That's a team of skips.
There's a lot of skips on that team.
3 skips and Naomi. So
There's a lot of opinions on that team.
but usually right opinions.
They are usually right opinions.
Yes.
Brian is my Wednesday skip. I've played with Courtney many times. I have not had the pleasure of playing with Dave or Naomi yet. I've played with Catherine and Jeremy, and I don't know if I've ever played with Chris.
Faircloth? I think I've played with everybody on that sheet before.
I don't know if I've played with Robb yet either. So that draw slid back 8. So third shot, but Catherine's going to start dealing with this stuff up front.
So the question is she going to want to do a run back or is she just going to straight peel? I think with as much separation there, I would just do a straight peel. Peel and flop over to the
You call for the
to the
peel,
right.
and if you end up curling a little much, then you end up with another corner guard. Main objective is just get rid of that Yellowstone on the center line.
So with the ice that she's given, if Jeremy throws peel weight, then it's going to be a straight peel. Yep, that's a straight peel.
Yes. Straight peel.
I like that call.
It actually rolled to a corner guard.
This early in the end that's a nice conservative call. I like that call. So now, Dave's in a little bit of a conundrum, right?
So those reds look almost locked and loaded to get rid of the yellow on the button.
So Dave's going to get rid of the red that's in the 8-foot.
And if it curls too much, he'll get rid of one of the guards.
Yeah.
Which, you know, either outcome is going to be good. Oh, we got a shout out from Cooper to his dad, Steve, watching the stream from Henniker, New Hampshire. Cooper says hi. Hi from Potomac. Thanks for watching.
All right, Catherine came down and picked out that red stone. The shooter did slide out the back of the house, but that's okay. At this point now, yellow sitting 2 without hammer. So Catherine needs to make the decision about what she wants to do at this point. Is she still going to try to get her deuce, or is she going to bail? And the thing about Dave, you know, with Courtney and Robb on the team, or Courtney and Chris on the Brian on the team. Sorry.
Get your team straight.
Yeah.
Too many Potomac people.
The point is, Dave's not going to let them build in the end on purpose.
No, they're going to just start hitting things.
Yeah. So
I think Catherine's making the right choice that they just need to deal with what's in the house and hope for a mistake to try and get the 2.
Yeah,
if not, you know, they'll probably be okay with a blank. But this might actually roll behind cover. No, it's just going to roll all the way out.
So at this point, if I'm yellow, I'm gonna throw behind the guard on the right side.
I'm going to throw one top 8 in the middle. Actually, top. No, probably just top 4 in the middle. No, he's just going to peel the guard.
Peeling guards.
It is the smart move.
So both teams are content with the blank.
They are. I mean, being up 5-2, you're content with the blank because you're still up 5-2. And with our constrained time limit, you are, well, you don't have hammer the even ends. Oh, that's a nice double peel. Oh, that was beautiful. Beautiful shot.
That guy should probably be a skip.
I think he is.
Yeah.
Brian made that beautifully.
He curls much better with 2 feet.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was a little injured this year.
He comes back all smiles, looking at us.
Yeah, he curled the first 3 weeks and then hurt himself rock climbing and was out for the next couple months. And then he came back. And he's curling again, pretty much pain-free, which is always good.
All right. So, Catherine's asking Chris to freeze down on the stone in the back of the house.
Trying to produce some points.
Produce your deuce. Looks like it's going to over curl.
But it ends up top 4, which is jammy situation here.
Dave's just going to ask for a straight hit and roll. He asked for normal weight. That's a pretty aggressive shot.
Brian got on the other. He got on the wrong side of the center line, and it's not going to benefit him. Oh, he might actually take out. Oh, he clipped out his back yellow.
All right, so we said that they needed a miss.
They needed a miss, and they got the
that
miss.
Was the miss.
Now Catherine can play the deuce, split the house. She wants to get him nice and even to make the double very, very difficult, if not impossible.
So Catherine has asked Chris Faircloth to draw to the right-hand side of the sheet. On the tee line, or in front of the tee line, in the 12-foot. Try to set it up for their deuce. Chris Faircloth, of course, skips his own team on Wednesday nights.
He does.
In our competitive league.
He actually skips Jamie from Sheet B.
They're not sweeping it. That's always a scary thing.
I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
Pretty perfect.
So
It's,
Dave's-
the double's there, but it's difficult.
Yeah. Well, even if you don't double, if you just sit and come down, if you hit and
Sit
roll,
on top
roll
of
on
it.
top of the
Yep.
the one on the left, or right, it's good. So Naomi has gotten the rock in the hat, cleans out, everything's ready to go. Big celebrations on sheet B as Pete Town Kittens scored
That's a moral point.
one in the fifth.
Oh, they're very happy.
Everybody's
about
happy. All right.
This
stone
one is
started
curling a
way out of
lot.
his hand. Yeah, he's
Oh,
going to
boy.
get it. It's going to be a nose hit.
Oh, no, he just rolled a
Rolls
little
too far.
to second shot.
Yeah. So
Catherine can just draw to the other side.
yep, once again, draw over to that side where that yellow stone is. You don't even have, and it doesn't really matter whether you're deep or anywhere over there would be good as long as it's counting second shot.
Yeah, this is setting up to be a pretty simple deuce for red.
Of course, Catherine has to do one of the harder shots in curling, which is
The open draw?
draw to the open side of the house.
She's a skip. She gets paid the big bucks to make
Exactly.
this open draw.
I mean, this is almost as hard as same shot. Right?
Same shot.
Same
it's,
shot.
it's the hardest shot in curling.
Hardest shot in curling. Whatever you just threw, do it again. That's usually the hardest shot. All right. So Catherine settles into the hack. The call here is just simply draw to the left side of the house.
Oh, on it quick.
Sweepers are on it out of her hand, but that's okay. I think they're just sweeping for maintenance.
Yeah, during a bond spill like this, you do have to get a little maintenance sweeping because the ice can get filthy.
Yeah, and you can end up with spots where it gets fudgy and stuff.
You don't want fudge.
All right, so
That's perfect.
right on the tee line.
Look at that. Perfect.
Yeah, perfect. I
David,
scored that as 100, 100,
100.
100.
5 out of 5. 4 out of 4?
5 out of 5.
I don't even know what
I
the...
think it's 5 out of 5.
Is it 5
I
now?
think it's 5. No,
Maybe
it's 4.
it's 4 and you can get a
4.
bonus.
Yes,
If it's exceptional.
yes, it's 4.
That's a 4. It's a 4 in my book.
All right, so Dave's going to come down and hit the one on the right-hand side of the sheet, the one that's further up. Try to roll as far over to the left as he can to try to get the stones closer together. This is his last shot, though. So he needs to hit and stick this somewhere as a counter. Courtney says it's down out of his hand. Brian's not having him
Is it
sweep.
floaty? Is it a floaty?
No, he's going to come back.
He's
and
going to get it. He's got it. Well,
It is going to roll to second
Catherine's
shot.
just going to have an open draw to...
Yep, just draw to the full 8. Draw touch 8 for her deuce.
She's going to throw the same draw she just threw, though. Same shot.
Which is,
She's got backing and, same shot.
yeah. Speaking of your lead,
My lead just showed up.
yes, he just showed up.
He's waving to the audience.
They can't see you, Joe.
They can't hear him either. Joe, also known as Tony, with a sweater that Has a life of its own.
Yes. The sweater has its own
Twitter
account.
Yes. Stands up on its own, too.
All right. So, once again, nice simple draw to full 8 foot. Sweepers are not sweeping it. No maintenance sweeping on this one yet. Robb's going to start sweeping now just to keep it clean.
I think it's probably fine.
Yeah.
That looks fine to
I
me.
think they think it's fine. A little heavy, maybe.
Nope.
No, let's go
Perfect.
check up. All right,
Perfect.
and there's our deuce.
That's a skip's deuce. It's a tight game now, 5-4.
So can we do all the scoreboards for all four? Okay, so after 5 ends on all 4 sheets, over on sheet A, they scored 3. In the red double tap scored 3.
7-6.
So it's 7-6. Good close game over on sheet A. Of course, on our feature sheet, that's where we started out in sheet B. P-Town's Kittens scored their 1 here in the 5th to make it 8-1. The game we're covering now, which is Schlanger Dinger versus Cherry Bombs, scores 5-4 after Catherine got her deuce. And over on sheet D, yellow. Should we have a Johnson on our team scored another one in the stole one in the 5th to make the score 7-2. So 2 close games and 2 not so close games. All right, so Robb being asked, he put up a nice center line guard.
On the center line, not tickable.
Not in this field, not here, in this field. Naomi's being asked to come in behind it, which has kind of become like the standard aggressive skips call.
I would agree. It's a race to the 4 foot.
Very nicely placed. Top 4 behind the guard. Pokes out a little bit, but not too much. So Catherine's asking Robb to freeze down on it.
It's the textbook play after your opponents draw under.
Corner
As you
freeze.
It's a little freeze, 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 and then you start dealing with things.
They're saying 6 out of their hand, and, which means it's probably a little bit heavy out of Robb's hand. It's going to over curl. It's going to be a nice freeze. It's going to over curl.
You know, that's okay.
It's okay. As long as it's at an angle, that's the important part.
Yes.
So at this point, the game is all about the angles.
I was never good at geometry.
I was trying to think of something witty to say. And
You can't top that.
Nothing came witty. So Naomi with her second shot here, being asked to come down and corner freeze on the red there. They're saying 3-2.
That's a guard.
Yeah, Courtney is sweeping like mad. And ends up being a 3 guard right on the center line. So that is 4 stones delivered. Still can't blow it up yet.
No, she can blow up her own.
Yeah.
I don't know if she wants to.
That yellow center line guard, I don't know if I want to do that now. So she's asking Jeremy to come in and corner freeze on the Yellowstone again. This is another husband-wife combination.
Yes.
Jeremy II is married to Catherine. The skip.
Looks like this is going to be a straight draw behind, but going
sliding
quite
a little bit deep. Yeah. It's okay. Red is trying to steal, and having a stone in the back of the house is not a bad thing if you're trying to steal. Gives lots of jam possibilities.
Well, Dave's being asked to peel the red guard up top with one of the other skips on the team.
This is pretty tight for a straight peel.
Yeah, Courtney can throw some weight, though, so if you put enough rotation on a rock, it'll go pretty straight. And accomplished the peel. And ended up with a nice little corner guard.
Corner guard, yeah.
I don't know if they'll ever use that corner guard, but, you know, it's there.
Oh, the corner guards that never get used in this game.
So many.
All right. Jeremy being asked to draw in. They're going to flirt with the side with the corner guard.
Port should be big enough to get through.
Front end trying to figure out what she was asking. Now everybody's on the same sheet of music. Draw in. On the button.
Pretty good, if not maybe a touch light.
But that's okay. The gun is loaded.
It is. That yellow is dangerously close to being knocked out.
So the two reds are aligned so that if you pretty much hit the front red in any way, shape, or form, fashion, it's going to pop that yellow out the back.
Well, the yellow might actually jam on that back red one now.
I mean, I guess it's possible with the drag effect that it might pull it back. Theoretically, it should go out the right side of the sheet. But the drag effect is a little bit complex.
Yeah, I don't fully understand it. If they are completely frozen, the second rock will tend to want to continue the curl that the rock that hit the first rock was executing.
Yes.
And it won't go straight back. It'll go a little bit back to the side. There's a lot of physics involved in this game, and people don't quite understand all the physics either.
Well,
it's a very old game, and they don't really know why rocks curl.
Yes, it is. It is interesting, and so I was actually telling somebody this week at work about this, about how curling stones don't behave the way physics say that they should.
They do not.
Because, you know, my point was if you take salt and you put it on a table, and you take a cup, you know, a glass, and you put it on that salt and you spin it, it spins in the opposite direction. It curls in the opposite direction of the way this cup is spinning.
Correct.
But with curling
Same
stones,
with bar shuffleboard.
Yeah. But for some reason, curling stones curl with the same direction that they're turning.
There's some competing theories on the internet. There's a couple very math-heavy YouTube videos. If you ever care to dive deep into why do curling stones curl, check it out. You can nerd up with the rest of us.
I played with somebody who tried to explain to me one time that the outside the stone was curling faster than the inside the stone, and therefore that's why it did it. And I'm like, it's a piece of granite.
Yeah,
Like, it spins the same speed
same
no matter
speed.
what. But he's convinced that because the outside band has to go further, that it's actually turning faster than the inside band.
I mean, it's just going further. Depends on what your frame of reference is.
All right, so Dave did a nice draw in here. That's actually Brian. Brian threw a nice draw in to the
To sit
to
2.
the 4 foot. Yeah, so they're sitting 1-2 now. But it does give a little bit of backing. So Catherine's asking Chris Faircloth to just draw down and sit on top of the stone that Brian just threw.
I'd fire that loaded gun. Because if you put your redstone in the line of fire there, you might be sad when it gets shot.
And we have handshakes on B. So I don't know what they did in the last end, but Broomstones Glaser will move on, and P-Town Kittens will head home for some drinking this weekend. All right. So Faircloth Stone came up. It did not curl enough, and so it's sitting on the 4 foot third shot.
Fully exposed.
It is fully exposed.
Dave can play a nice little. Well, he's just gonna draw.
Yeah, he's just asking Brian to throw the exact same shot. Just
Same
draw
shot.
in.
I love throwing the same shot.
Hardest shot in curling. Same shot.
I'll ask for it every time though, even if I don't make it.
All right. On the right-hand side of the sheet, Dylan has moved sheet A over there, so you get to see what's going on in sheet A. Once again, it's the other close games going on. It's the double tap.
Only other game going on.
Kuma in the tour.
Oh, we have a
Shakes
final
on sheet
score
D,
on
yeah.
sheet D.
As soon as this end wraps up, we'll cover everything.
But
This girl looks pretty good.
yeah, sevens are
Really
wild on
light.
sheet A right now. It's 7-7 in the 7th.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of sevens.
Yep.
So over on sheet D, should we have a Johnson 1 over Mike Dunnam from Philadelphia?
Well, they're going to have to work hard to get their even 7-ins in on sheet C here, because 8:40 is their cutoff time. And they still have quite a few rocks to throw.
So she's asking for, she tapped her shoulder, so she's asking for normal weight here from Faircloth.
Okay, did something. A lot of reds in front of those 2 yellow shot stones.
Once again, that gun is loaded.
It's still loaded.
And if you hit the red, you may be able to push the yellows back and double them out. I mean, it's
I
possible.
think it's possible. I would fire that gun.
They're not even looking at it, though. Dave's just asking to take off the stone that Faircloth just put up there. So.
Well, Dave's yellow, so he doesn't want to fire the gun.
But I mean, I was just saying he's not even looking at it. So he's asking Brian to come down, take off Faircloth stone here. We're sweeping for curl.
Oh, that was not a good result there.
A little wide. Pushes red in to be shot now.
Well, now you don't have to fire the gun anymore.
Yep. So. How? Okay, I'm just not seeing something.
What are you?
It looks like there's only one yellow stone down there left, and there should be two. So they must be just.
Oh, there's two. They're hiding behind
in a way that I
Jeremy.
can't see.
Yeah, there you can see two right there.
Okay.
They're just hiding.
The handles are perfectly aligned.
They are perfectly aligned.
I was trying to figure out how red ended up with hammer, and I was like, what?
Curlers have been known to throw the wrong color.
Yes. Actually, I've had that happen twice in 2 weeks.
That's impressive.
Against teams that did not know what to do. Like, they wanted to stop the stone, and I was like, no. Let it play out, and then replace the stone afterwards. So.
All right, Sheet A is going to get an 8th end.
Yeah, so Kuma scored 1 in the 7th to go up 8-7, so they're coming home without hammer.
It's a tenuous position to be in, home without hammer. Only up by 1.
Double tap will have hammer in the 8th, down by 1. All right, so Catherine came in and tapped her shot stone up about an inch, but then flopped over, leaving it wide open. So
I think this might actually be their last end. I don't think they're going to be able to get 3 more rocks going in less than 2 minutes.
Especially since they have 3 skips talking about 1 shot.
That's correct. So yellow will benefit from this lack of time.
So over on sheet D, Parker asked for a centerline guard, and he got a stone that slid to the T line.
That's opposite.
Yes, that is not a centerline guard. That's not how you steal.
It's not.
By having a guard stone on the centerline, on the T. So the decision was finally made. Dave's going to come down and hit the redstone and flop in.
I agree with this decision. It does look pretty down. That is a down weight hit. Asking for it to curl over to get the flop. But it's second shot, it looks like. It's a good stone. Catherine has the option to throw the double now. That's sort of her only option.
That's what I'm saying forward. I think it would.
Chris wants her to call it. I think, me personally, I would probably try to tap that red over the one on the far side. Just try to tap it in. If I'm trying to steal.
Oh, the gun?
Yeah. No. The one on the far left from our side, far right when you're looking at it on TV.
Oh.
I would tap the red over into behind all that garbage.
It's pretty far out there. I feel like it would be better to just fire the gun.
For those people who could not see on TV in the background, Brian was having fun with the commentators. All right. So Chris talked Catherine into the double. So she's going to try to run the stone back, just barely at an angle, double the yellows out, and hopefully at the end of it be sitting
1 or 2.
5. Well, actually, no.
There's a stone on the right side. Oh, well. Second shot.
I guess they decided that was it.
Well, they're out of time.
Yep. So
that is the problem.
So that end, I guess, really doesn't score at all because they didn't finish it. So
it does, because Schlanger still had 1, and they were in control of the house, so they'd be credited for the 1.
Okay. So Schlanger Danger wins that game 6-4 over Cherry Bomb since Cherry Bomb Lout.
They bombed out.
They bombed out. And so that leaves our last game over on Sheet A.
And I'm going to take off, folks.
Team
Thank you
double
for
tap
having me. I got to put my shoes on.
Good game, man.
Because I got to go curl.
Good luck. Tell your lead to actually throw some stones at.
Will do. Will do. Are you going to call the next game as well?
I don't know. I don't think so. But I don't know. We'll see. If
It'll be me.
If they are, I will.
Actually, we might be on sheet C. I don't know.
If I do commentate it, I will poke fun at you also. All right. So. Kuma came down. They were asking for a light tap, and it came down and slid past everything into the back, out of the house. At this point, double tap is sitting 3. So, double tap second, Nicole being asked to throw another stone in, top 12. Sweepers are managing this. Looks to be a top 4 weight, maybe even T-line. Oh, checks up. Just barely top 4 weight. Okay. So, stones are piling up. Parker needs to figure out how he's going to either steal one or hold them to 1. Going through his iterations here. They settled on tapping the one that was just thrown, tapping it back and sitting in front of it. They're asking for back 4, back 8 weight. So this is Isabella Vakkur from Belfast Curling Club. Well, she's actually representing Bowdoin College, but she curls out of Belfast Curling Club in Maine. I happen to have had the pleasure of curling against her last weekend at the Wood Memorial at Maine. All right, so she taps the red stone out and rolls over in front of the other reds. Not sitting shot, sitting second shot, which is okay. So the skip from double tap. Double tap is from Pittsburgh. Skip here, Carson is trying to figure out how he wants to play this. calling a guard or in. We're having a team discussion about it, and he really kind of wants in. Me personally, I would go after their Yellowstone, just get it out. I mean, you got hammer, you're down by 1. Every point counts at this point, so don't give yellow anything to hide behind. All right, so the call ended up being to push the Yellowstone over. It's over curling. It's gonna not hit anything. All right. So now Parker is asking Isabella to push the Yellowstone that she just threw back. T-line weight, to indicate in what he visually indicated. So if she can tap it straight back onto that red stone and sit shot, and it will be hidden behind the stone she throws right now, they will be in a good position. Sweeper swept it straight, really too straight. Tap it back, sit shot. It is open, but the question is, if you're double tap, how do you get rid of it without losing one of your reds? Although, me personally, I would take it out and not worry about saving any of my reds at this point. So, what would Dylan do in a situation like this?
I think I'd agree with you, but that's also why I'm not a skip. I don't have to make those calls. That's why I'm a vice.
The aggressive shot also could be the straight run the yellow back.
Yeah.
And peel it, like split them out.
Yeah. That would be a good aggressive shot. I don't know that there's a lot of people who could successfully make that at the amateur level reliably.
So Jerry Kyle is Carson's vice, who's a left-hander, by the way. So he's throwing out the left hack. And the call was simply to freeze down on the shot rock. So
that's a little heavy.
Yeah, this looks like a lot of weight. Sweepers are not sweeping, and they are just kind of jogging to keep up with it.
Yeah, I think that's just going to flash through.
The skip turns around to go get a drink. So, all right, so that flashes through. So now if I'm Parker in this situation, I think I want to kind of cut down where double tap can draw to. So
is this maybe where would you want to try to split the 8-foot?
No. So at this point, I'm going to try to protect my Yellowstone this shot. This on biting the 4, right? But I also want to cut down the draw because at the end here, double tap's going to have a draw for 1, right? And so you want to kind of cut down the house to make the draw as hard as possible. I mean, to me, I would put this in the 12-foot, almost biting the center line.
Okay.
But I think where Mike Parker indicated, he wants it to be a little bit on the right side of the center line. The sweepers are not sweeping it very much. Oh, now they are. Now sweeping for curl. All right, so once again, chokes off half the house, right? So he's got 2 yellows. choking off basically half the house, and his yellow is corner frozen on a stone to be shot rock. Now Carson slid down. They had pre-decided this. They slid down immediately. They knew what the shot was, and he's going to do the shot that I've called before, which is basically run the yellow back and split them out. If he executes this, he'll be set up very well. Vice is indicating that he's a little wide, and he flashes everything. So now, if I'm Parker, yep, I would not go deep, right? Maybe come full 8 on the center line on the left side of the center line. Full 8, left side of the center line, right there.
Yep.
He's kind of indicating he wants to come underneath the guard he just threw, which is an okay shot. It does leave the other side of the sheet open for a straight draw. I don't know if Carson's going to try to throw the straight draw. Usually, this is their 4th game in this spiel, right? So these teams should have a pretty keen understanding of the speed of the ice at this point. So a draw to the 4-foot should not be scary. So out of his hand, Mike Parker says all there. They're sweeping for curl. This is not curling over. And it's going to go deep. They want to sweep. They wanted to sweep that. They should have swept that all the way through. Now it gives Double Tap some backing. He does have to hit and stick for the 1 to tie the game, force an extra end here. If he rolls,
What are the tiebreaker rules right now? Is it just a draw?
to be honest, I don't know. Hey, what's the tiebreaker rule?
I have no idea.
All right, asking some other skips, nobody knows what the tiebreaker rules are. Hit and roll, and it might have rolled too far.
Yeah.
Yep. So it was a steal of 1 for Mike Parker. That's going to be handshake. So we did not need to know the tiebreaker rules. All right. So Kuma takes 1 there in the 8th to win the game 9-7. On our sheet that we started out with, the feature sheet, Broomstones ended up winning 8-1. The sheet that we ended up covering, Schlanger Danger ended up scoring 1 in the final in there to win the game 6-4. And over on sheet D, should we have a Johnson on the team, ended up scoring 11 against Mike Dunnam out of Philadelphia, 11-2. So that wraps up the draw for this draw. There's 1 more draw tonight. So we're gonna stop the stream, prep the ice, and we'll come back in about 10 minutes or so with the next stream.
About
20 minutes. Okay,
20 minutes,
20 minutes or so with the next stream. So once again, this is the finals for the scores here at this draw at the Potomac Curling Club at the 2024 Cherry Blossom. I was John Hale, this is Dylan, and thanks for joining in. Have a good night, everybody.